Kal Halalim, Hayahal Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, it's Matthew 20:1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. Let's look up that word, householder. Oikod espatase. That's a big one. Master of the house. Householder. Now, I'm gonna just speculate and say you're the householder because you got sperm in your nuts, right? That's the house. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, and I know you modern women don't understand English. You don't get it. That means that every man on the planet, even bums that sleep on street corners that don't barely eat, have raggedy ass teeth. They have if they're viable still, they could reproduce and make citizens, but his condition is he's fucking a bum. He don't care, blah blah blah. Still better than any modern woman, because that's a master of the house. It's like it's my green shake. You know, my garlic, baby spinach, celery. But you women do have value. To a man, you have value to a man. If you have value for another woman, then you're gonna stop reproducing, right? You're gonna break natural laws to have offspring. Damn, I'm smart. And I wasn't always like this. But, you know, I'm a householder, not a housekeeper. Okay? A householder is this. My grandfather used to give us duties when we were in Mexico. Like when we would visit. Like childish duties. But grandmother would always say, go see what your grandfather wants. He's the jefe, or the boss. Everybody would do what my grandfather would say in both my father's house and my mother's house. I remember one time I wanted to sit down and there wasn't nothing, and I sat down on the floor, and my grandfather on my mother's side made my cousin get up off a motherfucking chair because she was talking shit to me. And he said, "This is a man. You respect my grandson." And on the lower level, you know, that's just the way it's supposed to be. But on a higher level, he was passing down generational wealth. That's how you treat a woman. But the woman must be respectful of the man, and the man's job is to protect that woman because it's part of his family. Family doesn't just mean offspring. It means responsibility. And you women can understand that, at least when you're pregnant, you're super protective of yourself, right? You watch what you eat. You don't drink alcohol. Some of you don't drink alcohol. You don't smoke cancer sticks. You watch what you do and watch what you eat. You take care of yourself because there's something to protect. Now, when my wife was pregnant, damn, I felt the urge to take care of her. Man, like, what do you mean? I would rub her feet because her feet would swell up. I don't want my baby to be hurting. And I would rub her back, and then she would cry or whatever. And she depends on me, right? I'm her rock. That's how it's supposed to be. And then I felt a huge responsibility to her because of my actions, At that point, I loved her, and I knew that she was my family because there was a little creature inside there, my daughter, and I had to protect her and my wife. Then my daughter came out, and man, I switched to over super duper protective, man. I was like, wow, we made this together. See, that's what a family is. It's a natural law-abiding citizen. A natural law being a law, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. A man and a woman must come together to form a family. Multiply and produce. So we have to be at a point where the women needs to understand my job is the dangerous job, because the woman gives some of her DNA in the form of, I think it comes from your spinal cord. Well, and I don't know where it comes from, but after a woman has birth, her back starts hurting. Whether it's because of the epidural or whatever, but I believe that human beings' DNA is in their bone tissue, right, in their blood. So the building blocks come from the spine, because I don't know why, it just makes sense. Like, I don't know if that's where the bone marrow is. Yeah, I know it's where the bone marrow is, but the bone marrow is, my father loves bone marrow. He says it's nutritious, so it must mean something. Plus, when my two sons were born, that was a different feeling. When my first son was born, that was a completely different feeling. I exhaled. You know why? Because there was so much pressure to produce a producer, which means make another male. That pressure is intense. On a low level, nobody was saying anything, but in the high level, I felt the pressure. Like I must produce an heir. I must. And then Yalamia was born, and then Gabar Ya'ala was born. And that was straight. And then a man's job is to train them. So when they were little babies and they could barely sit up, we would do like the 52 hand blocks. And they wouldn't like it, but they had to do it. And my wife would be like, it's too early. Nah, fuck that. These are my boys. You know what I'm saying? These are my men. They're gonna be like me. So that is and then my girls too, man. Now that's a special feeling. But that's a different feeling. Because you don't want to raise no fucking punks. Alright? In any faction. So the master of the house makes sure the house is in tip-top shape. Right now there's a couple shingles missing off my house. I bet you people are talking shit about my house. And just to show you that it's true, people do talk shit about your house based upon the looks. So if you had a son and then that son was a drug addict, that would hurt your what's it called, your honor. And then we would try to correct that. That's why the Bible said you got to stone your son if he's a sloth or it doesn't work. There's remedies for that, because that's how you keep a house, right? The master of the house makes the decisions. I gotta hire someone to take care of the herd. And if I was gonna hire somebody to take care of my cattle and my goats and my sheep, I would hire someone that knew a lot about reproduction. And I would talk to them each individually, and I say, look, this is my goal. I want my herd to reproduce so I can have offspring every year. Yeah. And they would be like, okay, this is what you do, blah, blah, blah. And whoever gave me the best explanation, not only the best explanation, the one that made sense to me, because I'm also raising those animals. See, I know how to, as a master of the house, I know how to do everything. I'm just saying. Yeah, I might not. My toilets leak, I know how to fix that. My shower head leaks, I know how to fix that. My kitchen sink fucks up, I know how to fix that. The garbage disposal, I know how to fix that. Dishwasher, I know how to fix that. Washer and dryer, I fix that. The water heater, I fix that. The AC unit goes out, I can troubleshoot it. The backyard is out of control, I can take care of it. Front yard is out of control, bada bing, bada boom. You know, and then the problems get solved through me. Oh, your son's not doing good at school, and your daughter's not doing good at school. What the fuck, blah, blah, blah. And then they start doing better. And I always tell them, look, I don't give a fuck about school. Just get these monkeys off my back. So as master of the house, I got to make sure, if I had someone to raise those kids for me, like a nanny, I would. And she would be very educated, and she would be very respectful, and she would follow my authority. She would almost be like my second wife. She would have to love me too, because she would have to show all those things to my children so that they could show them those affections and respect towards the father, the master of the house. And then I would hire someone to cook for these people that I hired, because that's how it was. You know, you cook for the people that you hired to take care of your herd, and then this guy would hire, I would hire one, the master hires another master, and then they all have little crews, right? Because well, think about it, you hire a contractor, he has his own fucking crew, right? So you got a guy that got fucking 4 or 5 guys, and you hear stories about, oh man, once these guys get a hold of your herd, you're gonna have thousands. And that's fucking, well, that's what you want. You don't want to hire a servant that's lazy, right? Because, let's go back to the scripture, I'm already late. Matthew 20:1, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder. So you're a busy motherfucking person, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard. So you're going to hire people that know what the fuck they're doing, right? Okay. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.